Hello everyone, and today I'm just gonna make a video about how to perform well in competitions and how to calm down your nerves. And especially if you're fast, um, you're going to get nervous in competitions because you practice at home, you get good times, and then you go to a comp and you get an average like 1 or 2 seconds slower because of your nerves. And this video is just going to be talking about my opinions on how to calm down during your solves. So my first tip is how to tell if you're nervous or not. Now normally I'd be like, of course you can tell that you're nervous if like your hands are sweaty or cold and your body is shaking. But my tip is to get a warm-up cube, or like let's say you don't have one, just borrow from your friends. If you don't have any friends, then sucks. You just spam, like let's say a PLL or just the sexy move multiple times, or a PLL, like just spam. If you lock up, like let's say it's like this, like you do that, that means you're probably nervous. And so if you were able to perform the algorithms well, once you're spamming, that means you're calm and you're ready to start your solve. So basically is, if you still can't get to perform the algorithms with ease, then just stop turning for a while, take a deep breath, and then you start turning calmly. And then the more you turn, the faster you go. And that should help. And now, let's say you get an easy scramble, like 2 move X cross, and you get like a free pair that you can see in inspection. Now, change your mindset as soon as possible. Don't be like, oh, I need to get a good solve on the scramble. Don't change that. That will just add more pressure to yourself that you need to get a good time. And that's never good. So just solve casually. Don't have a thought saying you need to do good on the scramble. And let's say you have potential at, like, let's say a national record or a world record average or a continental record average. Let's say like you have a good solve, a really good solve, a good solve, and then a bad solve, and then everything is just down to your last solve. Normally, some people are able to do their last solve really good or really bad, depends on the scramble. But if it's just an average scramble, some people might mess up and some people might do good. Now, I do get nervous sometimes, especially in my cube average, but I don't get as nervous as a lot of, at least most people do. So essentially, it's like what you do is you take as long as possible to warm up. As soon as you sit down, don't immediately go, I'm ready, before you're even ready, or have warm up before. Take your warm up cube or anything, do a couple algorithms, make sure that you don't lock up. Take like a towel if you have, and then wipe your hands. Do this thing to warm your hands down, or just blow on your hands, or maybe hand warmers if you have them, and take deep breaths over and over until you're calm. Now, once you said you're ready, you're probably ready already. But once you see the scramble, you're probably gonna be shaking again. So once you're done inspecting the puzzle, you place it down on the mat, and then you do the casual, put your hands on your lap or your thighs, and then just slide them forwards to remove the sweat or something, and then place your hands on the timer slowly, and then start the solve. And now don't rush on your solve, because you might pause. This only works for like n by n. If you do side events or like 2 by 2, just spam TPS, it's fine. But just slow down. Don't need to spam TPS, because like, unless you're Chinese, if you can just spam TPS and have good look ahead for some reason, then go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But if you're just like let's say you average sub 10 at home, but you can't ever get sub 10 averages at comps, just turn smoothly so you can have a good look ahead. And the tip is to plan your first pair, or a bit of your first pair, like just track the pieces or something, because that will immediately remove any pauses you have during cross to F12 transition. Because like some people, like let's say here, they start their solve and then they just pause and look for the first pair, and normally that takes around like 1 or 2 seconds depending on how easy it is to know the case. So my tip is to just plan the first pair during inspection, so you won't have any pauses, and especially during not just first pair, but once you're solving your first pair, you want to immediately look ahead for your second pair, and then just do smooth turning for the rest of the solve. If for last layer, you can either just spam TPS or continue the slow turning. That's completely up to you, but what I like to do is just spam TPS. So next, let's say like you want to get a good average in comp. Change your mindset from I need to get a good average to I can. Because if you change your mindset to you need to get a good average, you're just gonna put pressure on yourself. So you're gonna probably mess up your average and get like an average way slower than what you average at home. So don't have specific goals for what you want. Like let's say you want like a sub 10 average. Don't always think about that throughout your whole average, because that will completely ruin your mentality and you're just gonna mess up every solve. And so like let's say you're fast and you want to get a podium in finals. Let's say there's like a fast person behind you or beside you. Once they're done solving, do not look at what time they get. Because if, let's say they get a really good time, if you see what time they get, you're gonna get nervous and you want to try to get like at least close to that time as possible. And that will put pressure on yourself and you won't end up podiuming. And yeah, basically. So if there's a fast person, don't look at what times they get. I can say that because in my third competition, like I think it's Jakarta Open 2019, I was in Scoop finals and there was a really fast skier behind me. He was getting like 3-second solves and 4-second solves while I was getting like 5 seconds. And for every solve he did, I was just looking at every single time he got, and that ruined everything. Because like once after I saw a really good scramble, which was the last one, I messed it up. I completely messed it up and got like a 14 something. So yeah. And then one more tip. If you're popular, or like let's say a lot of people know you because you're fast, they're most likely gonna watch you solve, and that will give you pressure because you're gonna have to perform as best as you can to not mess up, because otherwise you'll think the people will judge you or something. Now, tip is don't look at the people who are staring at you. So just look, like let's say on your warm-up cube or just at your legs or something, just look at them, don't look at the people in front of you, because they're gonna add a pressure to you, especially in the competitor area. Do not look up, just stay looking down. Or like if you wanna be calm during that extra time you have before your solve starts, you can go ahead and watch like a YouTube video or something, or listen to music. That way you can calm yourself before you start your solve. And that's everything I need to say for this video, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.